The world is already full of wannabes. Baby, just be you.
Rule number one is levels to this shit. And I'm on top. The hilltop, of course.
People are gonna talk no matter what you do. So why not just do what you want and give them something to talk about?
Here on
Yard
Yard
Talk.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Trev, and happy Black History Month. I'm trying to kind of rap, and I'm like, you see it, you see the, you see it. There's a popular quote by Winston Churchill that says, "History is written by the victors." But in reality, the victors were the colonizers. So it's kind of fitting that Winston Churchill would say that, given his reputation as a low-key white supremacist, allegedly. All I'm saying is that it's on brand. So for many of us, the history that we learned growing up somewhat differs from the history that we're learning now as we get older, we go to college, and we just start doing some thinking of our own. So I'm gonna share some Black history facts that I didn't know until I got to Howard. In 1940, actress Hattie McDaniel rose to fame after she became the first Black person to win an Academy Award for her role in the movie Gone with the Wind. But did you guys know that she was not allowed to go to the premiere of the movie? And let me tell you why I think this is sinister. This is downright devilish, okay? This movie is about, like, you know, the antebellum period, Civil War, Reconstruction era, like, oh, these Black people are so happy living with their former slave masters on this plantation, da 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 da. And it's really like, you know. So despite winning this award, Hattie actually came under scrutiny from fellow African Americans who thought that her willingness to play a role of servitude was demeaning to the Black community. But Hattie explained that, listen, I don't like the character that I played, but I'm just glad I got to play a character, period. She thought that it was a necessary sacrifice to have more representation of Black people in film in general. So today, Hattie is known as a pioneer and a trailblazer for Black people in film. And she actually gave her Oscar to Howard University as a gift. But in typical Howard fashion, it got lost. We don't know where it is. They lost it in like the 60s. But at least we know that Hattie McDaniel gave us her one Oscar. While Hattie McDaniel won her Oscar in 1940, it wasn't until 1973 that a Black artist received a Grammy for Album of the Year. And that artist was Stevie Wonder, who was awarded for his album Inner Versions. Another thing that I didn't learn until recently is that Martin Luther King Jr. actually improvised his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. It said that during the March to Washington on his way there, he was kind of disappointed with the turnout he saw. You know, it was a cool 25,000 people and it was like, oh, where is everybody? But apparently the crowd grew in size as they continued to march. And when he was about to make his speech, he was inspired by the large number of people he saw. And you know, he just switched it up and he did it straight off the dome. Another lesser known fact about the March on Washington is that it was actually organized by Bayard Rustin, who was a Black and openly gay civil rights activist. And still on the topic of MLK, something else that I learned is that history book publishers intentionally publish photos of like the civil rights movement, that whole time period, in black and white to give the impression, you know, that it was like super long ago. And when I learned that, I said this is suspicious. This is it makes sense. It's psychology. If you look at this picture here of Martin Luther King on vacation, you know, it gives the vibes that, yeah, like he was a normal man who was going on vacation like a regular person did 50-something years ago, not 200 years ago. I said that's sinister. Macmillan Publishing, that is sinister. So we all know Betty Boop, you know, that iconic cartoon character, you know, she did the right? So although Betty Boop's likeness was based off of a film star and a flapper from that time period named Helen Kane, Helen Kane's entire public persona was based off of a Black performer who went by Baby Esther. So when Helen Kane actually tried suing the creator of Betty Boop, they played a recording of Baby Esther to prove that Helen Kane could not claim Betty Boop as her entire singular creation. So what can I say? Black women have always been the blueprint. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. On your way to the iLab, you probably walked by the Ralph Bunche Center. Well, Ralph Bunche was actually the first African American and person of color to win a Nobel Peace Prize. Now he, along with Eleanor Roosevelt, was responsible for the creation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which is a document that details all the rights and freedoms that every human should have, and which makes the foundation of human rights laws all over the world today. So I hope that you guys learned a new fun fact or two. And you know, while it's unfortunate that many aspects of Black history were hidden from us growing up, I'm just grateful that at Howard we get to learn and celebrate Black history in so many ways. And the learning never stops when February ends, because at the Mecca, Black History Month is every month.
Hey, yes, shopping. Always, yeah, I'm definitely always down to get a new outfit. What do you mean? Yes, I went shopping yesterday, but you can never have too many outfits. What do you mean? Yeah, no, you always have to have at least 4 backup options just to go bowling. Yeah, you never know. You never know. What's going on, everybody? I'm Cam, I am Cam, but of course you should already know who I am. I'm super excited to do this segment on this episode of Yard Talk, because if you want to know anything that I can have a conversation about, it's fashion. And that's exactly what we'll be talking about in this segment of this episode here on Yard Talk. I'm going to be giving you guys a list compiled from Teen Vogue, talking about the most influential Black designers and stylists of our time. First up, we have the one, the only, Pure Moss. Pure Moss was founded in 2013 by Kirby Jean Raymond. Raymond describes this brand as an art project or a timely social experiment at times. Pure Moss aims to use its voice and platform to challenge social narratives and invoke dialogue. The Pure Moss collections are produced in New York City, Italy, and Portugal. And during this time of COVID, I just love how they are being inclusive and not only just reposting those celebrities who wear their brand, but reposting people who are their actual consumers who are wearing the brand. Next up, we have Telfar Clemens. Telfar is a unisex line existing since 2005 and was created in New York by Telfar Clemens himself and sold internationally. His slogan is, "It's not only for you, it's for everyone." This is a unisex brand, so anything that he sells on his website, it can be wear by a man or a woman or non-binary. This brand has no gender-specific items whatsoever. Not only does he create Telfar bags, he has hats, belts, and shoes. Yeah, he does have shoes, y'all. Go check him out. This next designer pieces are a masterpiece. I just love everything that this person does. The next designer is Laquan Smith. Like, Sweetie has worn Laquan Smith. He's styled for Beyonce. He's the go-to. Like, red carpet, Laquan Smith is the go-to guy when you are ready to walk a red carpet. I don't really know when I became fascinated with Laquan Smith's designs, but what I do know is when I see a Laquan Smith on somebody, I know it's Laquan Smith. The next designer is near and dear to my heart, my girl, Robin Rihanna Fenty. This woman is a powerhouse when it comes to anything she touches. Now she's in the fashion industry. Oh baby, y'all better get into Miss Rihanna Fenty, okay? She has Fenty X Savage, which is the lingerie line that everybody's going crazy over. Not only does it include women's lingerie, she also has a few men pieces that sell out all the time. And I know because I've tried to buy it and I can't seem to buy anything from that lingerie line. And not only does she have Fenty X Savage, she once had a partnership with Puma, which was Fenty Puma, and now that collection, I got a good few pieces from that. I sure do. She also had a collaboration with Rivers Island. That was a small collection, but you know, it did what it was supposed to do. And she also has a fashion house, which unfortunately is closing down, which was Fenty. There was some good pieces in there. I really enjoyed those too, but I ain't had the money for it. And the last person that I feel is very influential to my fashion designs, my fashion sense, would have to be our guy, Dapper Dan. Dapper Dan is a Harlem courtier known as the king of kickoffs. He made his name in the 90s as a tailor who provided rap culture with a signature gangster-inspired style, reworking traditional luxury house products to outfit of emerging hip-hop stars. He returned to premiere in 2018 after a cultural appropriation scandal led Gucci to finance the rebirth of their business, where he, Dapper Dan, was asked to come up with a new collection for Gucci. How many black people, black men, black women you know out here creating new collections after a scandal for Gucci? Even though I can't afford Gucci, I support you. I salute you, Dapper Dan. Virgil, you know, Off-White, Kanye West, Yeezy, Cross Colors. Shout out to Cross Colors. They was swinging. They was banging back in the 90s. And they still banging today. Baby Fat. Everybody and their mama had them a nice little Baby Fat sweatsuit. commemorate, girl, I don't know if we can't consider you black. But you was influential in the black culture because everybody and their mama had them sweatsuits. Sean John, shout out to Diddy. Diddy, that man is a mogul. That man, mogul. Rockaware by Jay-Z. And last but not least, we have Beyonce's Ivy Park. Let us know. Comment. I want to hear. I actually want to know, out of this list or anybody that was not named, who's y'all fashion influences? Because I want to have this dialogue with you. So let me know in the comments or DM us on our Yard Talk page. Let us know. Who are your favorite designers? Who was most influential to you, to your family? Let us know.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite Yard Talk host, Ashleigh Cash, back again, here to tell you about some of the most iconic moments in Black history, pre and post social media. So number one for post social media would have to be Megan's rap on top of the parking deck in Houston, Texas, where she was giving us that hot girl vibe, that we just got introduced to a new style. I loved it. So can we take it back to Vine? Cause I love Vine. Like, you're not gonna tell me, I almost dropped my croissant. Those moments on Vine when Lexi was dancing, hey, go Lexi, hey, go Lexi. That was funny. Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I literally used to stalk She Loves Michi on YouTube and Instagram and Vine because this man would be on y'all ass. I mean, he was really iconic. Like, his dance moves, he'll be all across Atlanta, shoot, all across the United States, showing us what the hell was up. Hoo-ah, yeah. If we're gonna get more recent, B. Simone and Desi were the most iconic friend group before she started being controversial. Like, they were funny. Them skits, like him being in the car, she's screaming, I'm your girlfriend. Okay, when we really started getting into YouTube videos, DK4L was iconic. Now, this was before they moved to LA, before they got the money. This was when they was just in their house recording videos, talking about whatever. I loved watching them back then. I'm always rooting for a YouTube couple. Absolute all-time favorite icon of the century would have to be, I don't even know her name, but I just know the girl going, she hit them dance moves in the street. That is my absolute favorite. She is so funny. Please, hold on, watch this clip. All right, so pre-social media, TV was the way that everyone would access the same thing. And I know Bill Cosby is canceled, but A Different World definitely encouraged me to attend Howard growing up. It showed me that HBCUs were the way. So I'm gonna have to shout that out as an iconic moment in Black history. Everybody knows about that moment where Michelle fell and Beyonce and Kelly kept going. That was Black history. Tyra Banks show where she was scalping girls bald left and right. but some of them actually really pulled it off, and a lot of us got our fashion style from that show. So we will have to shout out Miss Tyra, but we can't do that without giving a little bit of attention to Naomi Campbell. Now, she got that attitude that makes her a supermodel. When Kanye grabbed that award from Taylor Swift and said, "I'm gonna let you finish and all, but Beyonce deserves to have this award."
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Speak up for what you know is right, guys. That's what that taught us. He has gone a little off the wire now, but back then, we was rooting for him. And then when he told us that George Bush didn't care about black people, whew, speak your mind, no matter what anyone else. When my dude Obama walked into the White House as a black man, as a black president, twice, we had to know that was a moment in black history, but he did not do it without a stylish, fine stallion by his side by the name of Michelle mother freaking Obama. She really has led the way for a lot of my sophisticated looks, but that's another story. Back when Disney Channel used to be black, and you used to run home, and instead of doing homework, you would cut on The Proud Family, That's So Raven, Corey in the House, and actually understand the jokes and references they made. That was a time. And since I am serving a 2000s look by The Juicy Couture, I'm gonna tell y'all about Aaliyah. Okay, I wanna get into Left Side, T-Boz, Chili. I wanna get into the people who were serving us looks before we knew they were looks. And before we knew they would come back less than a decade later. Thank you. Thank you all for having the style, the fashion, the class, and the boldness to show us what it was like to be a tomboy with feminine qualities. Because that's who I am, y'all. When I wear these snapbacks, when I wear these hoodies, when I'm out there on that track, I ain't trying to be too cute, but I'm also not trying to look like, I just rolled out of bed. Like, back in the day, when you headed to the toilet, you take a number 1 or a number 2, you could not be in a black home and not see Essence or Jet magazine laying next to you in the bathroom. And of course you picked it up, flipped through it, saw a few of the most iconic people around at that time, speaking about what was important, what mattered, and what was essential to black culture. Black publications are extremely important, which is why I'm a journalism major. School of C, period. Growing up as a black girl, getting them blowouts at the hair salon or by your mama and getting the ends bumped. An iconic moment in black history. A good reason or bad, I don't know. You tell me. Did you like your hair bumped? Because I know I liked mine straight. But as you can see today, a little bump don't hurt nothing. Please comment below and let me know what you think are a few moments that I missed that icons who are black and beautiful gave us to be grateful for in 2021. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching another episode of Yard Time.